Friends, and today's lecture will be dealing with your grading. Okay, so in the cables itself, there's a simple concept about grading in today's lecture. Okay, so the agenda for today's lecture is starting with your grading of cables. Okay, so what do you mean by grading? We'll be seeing. So followed by the types of grading. Okay, that grading itself will be seeing one type of grading in this lecture, which is nothing but your capacitance grading. So this is what today's lecture will be. So first we have to know about what is grading. Okay, so grading is a simple concept. Okay, that is you know the about cables, right? So you know about cables. So this is the cable will be having core as well as the insulating materials. Okay, so this will be contributing to your core. Okay, be having a zero potential. The potential at the outermost part will be zero. So what do you why you have to grade, and what is the purpose of grading of cables? You have to understand. Okay, so the main reason for getting into grading is that, so here at the outermost part your potential will be zero. Okay, so but here at the middle portion of the core your potential will be having some value, or center at the center part of the cable, which is nothing but your core. Okay, so between this core to your outermost sheath, okay, from your core to the outermost sheath there will be some potential. Okay, there exists some potential value. Okay, but at the outermost part it is already zero, but between from your core to your outer boundary there will be some potential. Okay, so this potential E, okay, this potential E will be non-uniform. Okay, that's the main parameter. E or the potential will be non-uniform. That is, it won't be of a uniform. That it will be, sometimes it will be higher and sometimes it will be lower. Like that, it will be higher or lower. It will be not uniform. Okay, this potential value. So the purpose of cable, sorry, grading. The purpose of grading is to completely make this potential intensity as a uniform, E to be uniform. Potential can be made as a uniform value from your center of the core to the outer sheet by the process of grading. Okay, so now you might have got the idea why we have to go for grading. You might have got. Okay, for what is the purpose of going to grading, you might have got. So in order to make the potential from your core to your outermost sheath to be uniform, you have to go for grading. Okay, so here what they are giving is that for a cable of same size can be operated for higher voltage or for the same operating voltage, the size of the cable can be reduced. So with respect to the size, they are describing rating your voltage. Okay. So this grading can be classified into two types, starting with your capacitance grading and then your intersheath grading. So we'll be in today's lecture, we'll be dealing with your capacitance grading. Okay. So moving on, capacitance grading. So as I said, our ultimate aim is to make the potential difference E from your center core to the outer sheet to be uniform. So that is our ultimate aim. Okay. Here you can see what they are saying about your capacitance grading. It is nothing but the process of achieving it's nothing but the process of achieving uniformity in the electric stress is represented by epsilon. So here the potential uh, intensity as well as dielectric stress will be related to each other. So in the previous case, when I am explaining, I explained with respect to your potential intensity respect to your dielectric stress. Okay, so our ultimate aim is to maintain the dielectric stress in a uniform between by using two or more layers of dielectrics. So in case of your capacitance grading, what we will be doing is that you will be adding two or more layers of okay, you can take it as a capacitance. So in case of a capacitance grading, you will be subjected to add still more capacitance to the different layers. Okay. So here you can see two or more layers of dielectrics having different permittivities. So the permittivities will be different, and placing dielectrics have larger permittivities near to the conductor. So the epsilon value what we are placing, okay, the epsilon value what we are placing at the layers. So here you can see clearly what you are placing at permittivities. So this epsilon 1 will be of one value, this epsilon 2 will be of one value, and epsilon 3 of the another value, and it must follow a pattern. So the pattern is that uh, the permittivity which is nearer to the conductor will be very high. That is the epsilon 1 value will be high. Okay, epsilon 3 value will be low. Okay, in such a pattern they will be taking. Okay, so here you can see generally for the rubber the epsilon r will be the permittivity will be ranging from 4 to 6, and in case of a impregnated paper it will be 3 to 4. So these are some of the dielectrics which will be adding in between the layers. Okay, materials will be already in your cables itself. So take your insulation material layer in such a manner that this epsilon will be somewhat lower than epsilon 1 followed by your epsilon 3. Okay. So if the dielectric stress is same throughout the insulating material, then the utilization factor is maximum. So utilization factor is nothing but the amount of usage of the insulating material. So this will be maximum when your dielectric stress is uniform. Okay. So as I as a uniform. So why you have to maintain uniform? Means in order to achieve a maximum utilization factor, you have to duty as same in all the layers. Okay. So part. So consider three different dielectric materials which are used for the uh, insulation. Okay, so here you can consider epsilon 1, epsilon 2, epsilon 3, and each will be having a different radius. So R will be the radius of the conductor. That is the entire this part. This is the core. That is the core. R1 and R2 will be for your second and third, first and second layer. R will be the radius of the internal sheet, that is the capital R. Okay. So here you can see, here they have given a relation, that is the permittivity with respect to or across your distance. Here they have given a graph. So as per this graph, you can see whenever the permittivity attaining the maximum value, and there will be a drop. Okay. So, but our ultimate aim is to maintain this as a constant one. So for that only we will be going for the derivation. We will be seeing this E1 max, E2 max, E3 max and all. It is nothing but stress of three different dielectric material. Okay. So case one, we'll be getting into the case one. So case one is subjected to safety factor of same value. Okay, when the safety factor is of same value, we'll be seeing. So the safety factor is given by F. Okay, so F is a safety factor of all the materials. So the electric stress, F corresponds to your safety factor. So electric stress at the surface. Okay, electric stress at the surface. E1 max. So this will be corresponding with respect to your epsilon 1. So Q by 2 pi epsilon naught epsilon 1 R into F. F is nothing but your safety factor. So from this you have to determine for Q. So Q will be this side and this goes to that side. And F will be coming at the denominator. So now for the electric stress at radius R1, okay, R1, what you have to do is that you have to replace this two parameters. So epsilon 1 will be replaced by epsilon 2 and epsilon 2 will be R will be replaced by R1. Okay. So next, so that is you have to find the value of Q at each surface. After finding at each surface, 3 max again this value alone gets changing, and over here again you will be finding the Q. After finding the Q, you have to equate for all the values. So the equation 1, Q from equation 2 and Q from equation 3, getting like this E1 max to Z. Okay, so finally the constants will be cancelled out. So 2 pi epsilon naught and F will be cancelled. So 2 pi epsilon naught and F will. So now you'll be getting the expression like this. So the next you have to see with respect to your R. Okay. So here the R will be very takes the less value. R1 will be less than R2. Okay. So the R values you have to see your epsilon value. So you already know that your epsilon 1 will be of higher value. Okay, will be of higher value. So your epsilon 1 will be higher, followed by your epsilon 2, followed by your. So next you have to find the operating voltage of the cable. So that is the total voltage. So V you have to with respect to your study at your EMT, okay, and you will be applying your limits. So this E1 max, what you have found, you will be applying over here. You have to take the Q by 2 pi epsilon as a common because it's a constant in all the parameter. After that, you have to apply integral for this value 1 by x dx. So 1 by x dx is nothing but ln x. Okay, for that you will be applying the limit. After applying the limit, you will be getting like this. Okay. So now replacing Q in terms of Emax. So here there's Q, right? The corresponding term. Okay. So this That is epsilon naught. So what you will be doing is you have to go for your E1 max. Okay. So if you are replacing like that means you'll be getting this value and you have to simplify this. Okay. So this is in case of safety factor of same value. Okay, this is in case of safety factor of same value, and regarding case 2, so regarding the same case 2 is about same maximum stress. Okay, so this is the case 2. Here, in the previous case, you had the charge Q. What you'll be doing is that you'll be taking your um, maximum stress to be the same. Okay, so here your E max will be equal to E1 max equal to E2 max followed by E3 max. Okay, so with this you have to substitute all the values of E1 max, E2 max, and you have to get the same value. So in the case 2 also you'll be getting the same value. But here, this Emax will be a constant, but here you will be getting different values of Emax. Okay. You can see the difference in two cases, right? So here you converted all the dielectric maximum dielectric stress into E1 max. Okay. But over here, all this is considered to be as a Emax. Okay. So this is the main difference between case 1 and your case 2. Okay. What we can take from this is that your size of your graded cable will be less than that of the size of your ungraded cable. Okay. So Y means the size of the graded electric field intensity. How we can maintain uniformity. Okay, so it is not possible in your graded cable, but in your ungraded cable, if the size is bigger means, okay, there might be possibility for some non-uniformity in your dielectric stress. Okay, so that's the main thing you have to infer. So in this, the question what they might be asking is given the capacitance grading expression problems in your 1 mark. Okay. So you just see through this. So with this, this lecture is over. We'll be moving.